Strategic Analysis Australia Director Michael Shoebridge. Michael, great to see you. Look, let's look at this story that broke last night on Channel 7, that there are concerns that Papua New Guinea could sell its power grid to China or at least have Chinese investors, a move that would only bolster Beijing's presence in the region. What did you think of that report, and do you have concerns about this?
Well, Sharri, it's a credible report. The head of PNG Power has said he's open to Chinese money. He doesn't know how they get such cheap loans. I do. They're backed by the Chinese government. Australia, Japan, New Zealand and the US are spending hundreds of millions of dollars rolling out more electricity distribution in PNG. It would be a massive own goal for us to build the electricity distribution system and then have a Chinese company operating it. It's critical infrastructure. So the answer here is the Australian government needs to back an Australian energy partner of PNG Power.
Do you think this is a failure of Foreign Minister Penny Wong? Should she be doing more?
Well, yes, because how ridiculous is it that we're working with Japan, the US and New Zealand to roll out more electricity distribution, only to possibly hand it over to a Chinese company. And we know Beijing has been hacking into critical energy systems in the US and other countries, including Australia. If they can own and control PNG's energy system, that's all bad news.
Yeah. Look, I want to ask you about what was the big news that started off this week, that our terror threat has raised to probable. Do you think this should have happened months ago?
Well, I wonder why it was lowered, but certainly after the horrible unleashing of such division in our community over the war in Gaza and the Prime Minister's failure to lead a national debate to diffuse that, yes, the terror alert should have been raised earlier. I thought it was disturbing that there was only one sentence about the war in the Middle East in 2 pages of gumph about the raising of the alert, because that is the reason. It's that war and the failed national leadership of the Prime Minister that stoked the anger and division in our community.
Do you think he's still not seeing the leadership, not showing the leadership that we need right now? Very quick answer.
I do, and I think it's because the Labor Party doesn't have an ethical position on the conflict.
Indeed, very interesting. Michael Shoebridge, really appreciate your time.